So let's talk about the signal transduction and the MAP kinase signal transduction pathway in less than 5 minutes. So your cells are constantly receiving signals, whether it's from hormones, growth factors, or stress. But how do these signals get from the outside of the cell to the inside the cell, where they can trigger a response? That's where signal transduction comes in. So what is signal transduction? Let's think about that as a game of molecular dominoes. A signal from outside the cell triggers a cascade of events inside the cell, and that leads to changes in gene expression, metabolism, and even the very survival of the cell. Step 1 is signal reception. A ligand, like a growth factor, binds to a receptor. Step 2 is signal relay. The receptor activates intracellular proteins through phosphorylation. In step 3, we have a cellular response. The signal reaches the nucleus, changing gene expression, or triggering other responses. So one of the most important signal transduction pathways is the MAP kinase pathway, MAPK, that controls cell growth, survival, and differentiation. So in step 1 of the MAP kinase pathway, we have the activation step. So a signal, such as epidermal growth factor, or EGF, binds to a receptor, and that activates a protein called RAS. In step 2, we have amplification. RAS activates RAF, and that phosphorylates MEK, and that activates ERK, or ERK. In step 3 is the response. That's when ERK enters the nucleus and turns on all the genes involved in cell division, differentiation, or survival. When the MAP kinase pathway is too active or misregulated, it can contribute to diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease. In Alzheimer's disease, overactive MAPK signaling leads to increased beta amyloid production and something called tau tangles. This causes neuronal death. There's also a chronic activation of ERK, which can promote inflammation and oxidative stress that leads to progressively worse brain damage. In Parkinson's disease, MAP kinase is linked to dopaminergic neuron death in the substantia nigra. That overactivation of JNK is also, that's C-Jun N-terminal kinase, that's a MAP kinase family protein, so that promotes cell death in neurons and accelerates neurodegeneration. Can we target MAP kinase to treat diseases? Because MAP kinase signaling plays a role in cancer, inflammation, and neurodegeneration, scientists are currently working on developing several inhibitors that could slow disease progression, including several of us right here in the Department of Chemistry at Tennessee Tech University. I'm working very closely with Dr. Sean John on a project related to this. So MAP kinase inhibitors are being tested in Alzheimer's disease trials to reduce inflammation. JNK inhibitors are being explored for Parkinson's to protect neurons. Signal transduction is how cells respond to their environment. So when it goes wrong, it can drive diseases like cancer, from cancer to Alzheimer's. But by understanding these pathways, we might unlock new treatments for neurodegenerative disorders.